Running a business is tough, not just on the practical grind, but also financially and mentally. An entrepreneur should hold on to the vision of their business persistently, especially during this tough economic time. The Wave continues to support the hard work and dedication of local entrepreneurs. Let's shine the spotlight on them. Tune in for Behind the Business, a one-on-one discussion with successful and emerging entrepreneurs on island. Tune in and be inspired. Behind the Business, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Brought to you by Quartz Ready Cash, only on the Wave, 94.5 and 93.7 FM.
Get cash now. Quartz Ready Cash has the fastest loan approvals. We can get you money in hand in as little as 24 hours. Start fresh with a Quartz Ready Cash hassle-free loan today. Our application process is easy and no deposit is required. All you need is one government ID, your job letter, a recent salary slip, a utility bill. Visit any of our Quartz branches or apply online at www.readyfinancecaribbean.com/St. Lucia and ask about our credit protection insurance or CPI. Contact us today to start fresh with the cash you need. Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Terms and conditions apply.
And it's that time already. And we're getting in with Quartz Ready Cash. Of course, Quartz Ready Cash has the fastest loan approvals with same-day approvals. All right, so you can start fresh with the cash you need today. The application process is so easy. There's no deposit required. All right, that's a plus. Plus, all you need to walk with is one government ID, your job letter, recent salary slip, and a utility bill. You can visit any branch and apply online, www.readyfinancecaribbean.com. Ask about the credit protection insurance as well. It's called CPI. And start fresh with the cash you need. Quartz Ready Cash, ready when you are. And we're inside. It's Tuesday, 1 o'clock. You know the drill. It's time for Behind the Business today. And we're talking to our youngest interviewee thus far. We have Haley Joseph joining us today from Sugarbliss. Hi, Haley.
Hi.
Oh, my gosh. Hi, Haley. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right. So we're happy to have you on the program today. We're talking about your business. It's called Sugarbliss. All right. So before we get into that, just give us a little something about yourself. Who's Haley Joseph?
Okay, so I'm 17 years old. I recently left Leon Secondary School in 2020. I went to school again for a little bit, but then I just came out for a little while. But I will be going soon again in September of 2021. And the business has been running for about 7 months from since last year, September, the last day in September I started. So I won't be here for a while until about maybe December 2021.
Okay.
So I'll be leaving in July.
Okay.
So.
Well, we'll get into that soon because then we're wondering what's going to happen to the business because it's literally just boomed and things are working so well. So the fact that you may be leaving, I know some customers may be a little sad about that. But let's go back to the fact that you just left school. You said you're 17, Haley, and you have your own business already under your belt. So what exactly is Sugarbliss? Break it down for us.
So I do sweet treats. I do brownies, donuts, cupcakes, whole cakes. Well, this year I recently started doing the whole cakes because I wasn't really confident in myself. But then one day somebody really, really wanted me to do a cake for them. So I was like, okay, let me just try it. And it actually came out really good. So that, I also do pastries, like even if it's not sweet, but it's called the Savory Corner. What else? I do cheesecakes, whole cheesecakes, cheesecake cupcakes, and cheesecake jars. And
don't forget the donuts, you know them donuts.
The donuts, yes. The donuts is our best seller.
Yes, them donuts is life. Let me tell you. So, Haley, let's get into the name Sugarbliss. How did you come up with the name?
Well, it was last year, February. I thought of doing a business, but I was not sure when I would actually start. I didn't think I would start the same year. And I was just writing down names and just putting things together. And I was showing it to my mom, and we were going through names and on Pinterest and like just putting things together like crazy. And then we just came up with that one.
Sugarbliss, and that one just stuck to you. All right, so it's Sugarbliss by Haley. Yeah. All right, so I mean, you said you're baking treats, cakes, everything we could see on your social media. Did you always have a passion for the culinary arts? How did you get into baking?
I wouldn't say I always had a passion, but when I was younger, I used to bake, but not so much to say that I loved it.
Right.
It's when I got to food and nutrition in secondary school, I enjoyed it, and I realized I more enjoyed the baking than the cooking. So then quarantine started last year, and I was just doing stuff at home, and then that's when I realized how much I actually liked it.
So you gravitated more towards the baking than the actual cooking. All right.
I mean, I still like cooking, but
the baking is just a passion.
It's more fun. Decorating
yes,
and everything.
I know a lot of
food,
people
you can't
say
make
that.
food look so cute.
As cute as what you bake. Yeah, that's true. So what about, okay, so this business actually happened from because of COVID, you would say?
Yeah.
Because you said you always wanted to have a business, but what really stopped you? What made you actually start during these times?
Well, I didn't really have anything doing. I was not at school yet because of COVID. I couldn't travel to go to school yet. So I had just decided to start since I knew I wouldn't really have anything to do. But then I ended up joining school virtually in December. And I only actually went to the school for like 2 or 3 months.
Right.
So I just started it from there because I knew I didn't really have anything to do. I wasn't going to start first, so...
Right. So what you're studying at school, is it related to your business, culinary or baking?
Well, it wasn't because I didn't know I was so gravitated to that field as yet. So I was more doing... Well, what I really like is biology, integrated science... Well, yeah, more biology, information technology. I like math on a certain
You
level.
like math?
I like math, but only when I know what I'm doing. If I don't know what I'm doing, I will get irritated and I will just be like, I hate math.
Okay, all right. So now the fact that you have your little business, it's doing well, and your studies cater to something else. How do you plan on integrating the two, or do you plan on integrating the two later in life?
I thought about it before, but I guess we'll see what happens. I have not really went into thinking about how I can combine these, but I did think of combining them at some point to do something with it, maybe something new. But we'll see what happens, I guess, by maybe next 5 to 10 years, maybe.
Right. All right. So let's go back to the fact that you started a business while you were at school. How were you able to balance school life, your studies, your exams, because at that time you had CXC?
No, I didn't have CXC
not
at that
yet.
time.
Okay.
Because remember, I did CXC in July and August.
Okay. So you didn't have to worry about orders and everything.
No, I did not start yet, so I wasn't worried about any of that during CXC time. But then when I did start the new school in December, and that's when things started getting heavy with me on the baking. So I don't know, it was hard. I don't know how I did it. It was hard.
You just made it work.
I was never really sleeping either. Like, I was losing a lot of sleep and I was always cranky, but I was making it work.
You made it work. You found a way to balance. What about your support team, Haley? What is that like? Because you do a lot. You take in a lot of orders now. Do you manage everything, all aspects of the business by yourself? Your social media, taking the orders, ensure you have all your items needed to create your products?
Well, with that, my mother helps me the most. Because, I mean, I'm not driving yet, so she has to go around and get everything for me.
Okay.
Orders, she takes orders too because she posts a lot on her social media. So she gets orders from her friends and stuff. But she used to help me in the kitchen, but now she's kind of back at work and stuff now, so I barely have any help at home.
Right. So
but I've been doing fine by myself.
All right. Now, you started off, like you said, just doing what? Cheesecakes? The mini cheesecakes? How did you start?
Well, I wasn't doing the whole cheesecakes and the whole cakes,
Right.
but the other stuff, well, the donuts came along like closer to December, but everything else, I was doing it from the start.
So what were you confident in your craft enough to say, okay, I'm gonna add these and I'm gonna sell them at this price? And
I was scared.
you were scared. All right. So tell us about that journey.
Well, first of all, for pricing, I did not really know what price to do everything at. It was my aunt who actually, like, when I brought out my first price list, she told me, Haley, you will be looking for your money. So and she told me like how much I should sell certain things and stuff. So she helped me with that. My mother helped me too. And in creating like my logo too, my mother did the logo for me.
Okay.
And
Big up, shout out.
well, yeah, she did the logo. Then everything, starting with everything, I was doing everything by myself at first. And I wasn't 100% confident because I knew I still needed more practice in creating certain stuff and decorating and everything. Like, especially decorating cupcakes, I was terrible at it.
You were?
I was terrible at the beginning. It was horrible. Like, I always used to watch it and I used to cry.
Right.
But
so
I
then
just
you
got better over time.
Haley, I would have never known because your cakes are like, I want to lick the screen every time I see you post something because it's like, wow. So the fact that, you actually went through a lot. You went through a journey to get better and to actually master the craft now is great to hear because I'm sure there are a lot of people who do like it, but then there's some areas that you would always be weak at naturally and you have to get the strength to grow into it. So you were able to do that. So you started off not too well. And now your cakes and your items are very, very beautiful. So how were you able to overcome the struggles? I'm sure, like you said, the pricing is one thing. Pricing your products is always a difficult thing. So you had support with that. What about just the fact that you did something, it didn't come out how you wanted it to come out? I'm sure, like you said, you were frustrated. You cried over it sometimes. But how were you? You always cried over it. How were you able to give yourself the motivation to keep going and not just say, I don't do that again, just throw it all away?
I think my mother mostly. My mother, she always used to tell me, like, I just started, I will have complications, so I cannot be giving up so fast. And in a lot of my stuff, at the beginning, I was not perfect at it. What I did, like, over time, when I just did it over and over again, I would see my mistakes. I would see, okay, I need to add more of this or less than this. Because sometimes the recipes online, they're not all that good.
Right.
Like, there was this lemon and strawberry cupcake recipe I tried from YouTube, and it was horrible. It was, like, the thing was looking so good on the screen. The thing was just hard, and I kid you not, I was doing everything right.
You followed to the T.
I followed it to the T, and it was just not good. But then I did another one. But then, like, my brownie recipe, I changed it up because I realized it was just not the way I wanted it to be.
Right.
Cinnamon rolls, I tweaked the recipe myself. Like, just a lot of recipes. My chocolate cupcakes, my red velvet cake, everything. It was just not perfect the first time I did it. So over time, as I did it, I realized what I needed to add or what I needed to take out and stuff.
So you had a lot of trial and error then to perfect it. So nobody could duplicate Haley's your taste, your recipe, because you know exactly what you do for each item, which is great. So you have your own secrets recipes there. So let's talk a little about the business. It has grown so quickly, and I see you have a Mother's Day special. We could just add that in. Tell us a little about what you're offering for next weekend.
So I have the specials, like I have them in like different ways. Okay, so the specials is number one, I have the cupcake bouquet basket. It has vanilla and lemon cupcakes. I do one with 7 cupcakes and there's one with 12 cupcakes. Then there's a special on the mini donuts. You get heart shape and flower shape donuts and chocolate covered strawberries. Then I have packages. I have 3 packages, and then I have the whole cakes. So it's just these stuff. But in the packages, they all include different stuff. There's one of them has a whole cake, but it's like a mini whole cake. It's a 4-inch cake. We have cheesecake cupcakes, cheesecake jars. What else? Cookies, donuts. and just a bunch of different stuff.
That's a lot. So how do you plan? Because I'm sure you have a lot of orders already. How do you plan to manage and execute this big promotion that you have for Mother's Day?
Well, I did split the orders to be on the 7th and the 8th, but obviously most people took it for the 8th because since Mother's Day is the 9th. And I don't know, I'm going
You're
to
not going to sleep for a bit.
Maybe on the night of the 7th I won't sleep.
Right.
Christmas I did not sleep. Definitely Christmas I did not sleep. It was bad.
It's bad, but it's a sacrifice for the business and to actually commit to your orders. So personally, how has that developed you would say, being able to manage your time well, to sacrifice a lot of things? Because you're young, Haley. A lot of people your age would be out just hanging with their friends. Well, not really now because of COVID, but you know what I mean.
I still get to do that.
So you're able to balance everything. How has this made you a better person, or more independent, or more disciplined person, you would say?
Okay, well, for the business and then going out with my friends or hanging out with family and friends, before I never had the time to, because I never knew how to manage my time properly. But then later on, like at the beginning of the year, I realized, like, okay, I say weekends, like I will make weekends light. I will not overwork myself on the weekend because that's time I'm supposed to have to myself and with my friends and stuff. So, and I've not been as cranky as before. I always used to be upset. I used to wake up upset. I used to go to sleep upset. I used to go to sleep crying sometimes because I used to be like, oh, I know this didn't come out good. Or I don't know how I'm going to do that for tomorrow. But I just made it work. Like over time, I see how to manage my time, what to do when, and everything.
All right. So you've learned how to plan your day, plan your orders, and make it work. All right, great to hear. So Sugarbliss by Haley, what's happening next? Because you've mentioned, you have a whole lot of items now, part of your packages that are available. People could order at any time with you. Yeah. So are you going to add on to the brand, or what are your future plans, if you have any?
Well, I'm not really sure. Since I have to be traveling in July, when I come for vacation, I plan on continuing to bake. But, it will be a short time. But I'm not sure how I want to expand and stuff. Yet.
Right, how to make it work.
Later on, I'll probably figure that out.
Okay. Well, Haley, what words of encouragement do you have for, I'm sure everybody has these little ideas that they want to have a little business. They want to do a little something. They're probably good at a craft or something, but they don't know how to go about executing or starting, or they may say they're too young, it won't work, they don't have the support, etc. What are your words of encouragement for people who have that idea, especially people your age who have an idea to do something and they just can't put one foot in front of the other to get it started?
Well, I would just tell them to go for it. Like, don't think about the negative stuff people would say. Don't think about, oh, this person will put me down, this person will put me down. Like, just go for it, and don't worry about people that would bring you down, people that are saying stuff about you. Just think about the people that are there for you, the people that are actually supporting you. Don't think about the negative people. Think about the people that are supporting you and uplifting you. Just go for it. Just start it.
Right.
And I know some people have problems finding a source of investments. Well, for that, my mother helped me with that. Obviously, I'm still paying her for it. but
that's okay. That's why you have, companies like Quartz Ready Cash, who gives that access to funds for everybody who needs it, which is very important. So for all those who are listening, if you do want to start a business, Quartz Ready Cash is the perfect option for you to get the ball rolling. So you were lucky enough to have the little investment that you pay. It's a loan because you pay,
basically,
you paying it back.
Basically.
But all that has you financially aware now. You know how to budget your money, etc., your expenses and all that. So like you were saying, in case they don't know where to get the finances, well, we have Quartz Ready Cash there to help. What else would you say to them?
Just go for it.
Nothing really. Just go for it. Yeah.
Because I know I know I've been through it already. There are people that would bring you down. Or let's say you have somebody in a similar field with you, like you will realize like, okay, your own friends maybe not supporting you but sometimes it's not even that. It's just, it may just look like that to you because for me, I was always emotional. So I just used to think like, I have nobody with me. I have nobody supporting me. But then when I opened my eyes and realized how much people I actually have supporting me, then I just felt a lot better.
So you were in your head a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something that's good advice, to stay out of your head and just focus on what you need
That's
to do.
one thing about me. I'm always in my head.
Always in your head. So Haley, as well, the business that you have, I mean, there are a lot of other people doing similar stuff. And I'm a lot of people doing, but you were able to stand out so quickly, Haley, which is great to hear. But do you think about these things, the competition and what other people are doing, or do you just say, I'm doing this and whoever's doing it as well, that's fine, but it's not Sugarbliss? Is that what you say?
Well, I do think about the competition a lot, but I always say to myself, like, I always have customers. Like, a lot of people too, I have a lot of people that always come back. So I'm not worried about it sometimes, but sometimes when I do really sit and think about it, I'm like, what if that person rather goes with this person?
Right.
And
but then the fact that you have so many returning customers means that they have faith and they enjoy your products. So you just have to keep doing what you're doing.
Especially them donuts.
Hey, let me tell them donuts, heavenly cookies and cream donuts.
I don't know anybody else doing donuts like these.
I
have never tasted another donut. I mean, apart from Dunkin' Donuts, obviously, but it's not here, so I have competition with them.
Right.
I have not tasted a better donut.
Yeah. Let me tell you. Let me tell y'all, them donuts making you cry. You eating 12 donuts and they'll say, why you eating 12? Because I can. Because they taste good.
I'm sorry, even me. I'm sorry. After a while, I got tired of them. Yeah, I have not been eating them because I was overdoing it. I was always yours, eating it.
Don't worry, we will never get tired of them donuts.
I want to bring new toppings for the donuts as well. Like I saw online, you can do bacon. I saw strawberry topping. Yeah, bacon and it seems nice to me.
Bacon on donuts?
Think about it. People eat pancakes with egg and syrup and bacon.
True.
So the sweetness of the icing with the bacon, to me, it would go well.
So you're gonna try that now? You said it, Haley. So you have to do it. We're waiting to see the bacon donuts.
Well, I'm doing donuts on Friday this week, so I will definitely try it.
Try it out. All right. So we'll all follow you. Your platform it's Sugarbliss by Haley.
Yes.
Sugarbliss.
Well, the Instagram name.
Okay, Sugarbliss. That's SUGA Bliss. All right, so we'll find you there, and of course we could enjoy everything that you have. So Haley, it was great talking to you, our youngest interviewee.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sure everybody who has a little dream to just do a little something, like you said, you started off, it wasn't the best, but you developed your craft, and now you're doing very well for yourself.
You'll never be the best when you just start. You cannot expect to be the best when you just start. That's right.
Yeah, so it's trial and error there. Well, we're so happy to have had you on with us today, Haley, and we wish you all the very best for your business in the future. Sugarbliss by Haley. You can check her out on Instagram. And like we were saying, if you need the money, you need it now, you got to check out Quartz Ready Cash. If you're struggling because you don't have enough money for bills or repairs or an emergency pops up, because that's how life works, Quartz Ready Cash has got you covered. You can get the money you need now. You can get up to $20,000 and no deposit is required. That's a plus. The service is fast and hassle-free, same-day approval as well. Check them out. Quartz Ready Cash, ready when you are. Behind the Business Tuesdays here, 1 o'clock on the wave.
Get cash now. Quartz Ready Cash has the fastest loan approvals. We can get you money in hand in as little as 24 hours. Start fresh with a Quartz Ready Cash hassle-free loan today. Our application process is easy and no deposit is required. All you need is one government ID, your job letter, a recent salary slip, a utility bill. Visit any of our Quartz branches or apply online at www.readyfinancecaribbean.com/St. Lucia and ask about our credit protection insurance or CPI. Contact us today to start fresh with the cash you need. Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Terms and conditions apply.